Welcome to another Astro video in which we look at the romantic relationship of couples from an astrological perspective. In today's video, we are going to check out the relationship of David Beckham and Victoria Beckham. Let's have a quick recap of their relationship so far. David and Victoria began dating in 1997 after they met at a charity football match. They announced their marriage in 1998 and married on the 4th of July in 1999. They have 4 children together, 3 sons, Brooklyn, Romeo and Cruz, and 1 daughter named Harper. They have now been married for around 25 years and support each other in their careers and business development. While David is said to have had some affairs in the past, and they confirmed tough times in their marriage, they claim that all difficulties in their relationship made it even stronger. So hearing these things, you would probably expect a high compatibility of their personalities. And if you do, you might be surprised about what we're going to find out. So let's start, like we used to, by looking at their personalities separately, and then analyzing their synastry chart to understand the ups and downs of this relationship. But before we do, here's a quick reminder that you can go to our website astromatch.com, where you can get an astrological rating of your own relationships for free without registration. You simply enter the birth data, click match, and then you will get our rating of the relationship, which you can then share with your friends if you want to. So this is David Beckham. David was born on the 2nd of May in 1975 at around 6 o'clock in the morning in London, England. This makes him a Taurus, born in the week of manifestation. And the 2nd of May is called the Day of Human Observation. The Taurus zodiac is pragmatic and protective. Taurus 1 individuals are productive, physical, tenacious, but also stubborn. Those born on the 2nd of May show a special interest in human development. They have a special insight into human psychology, which makes them difficult to fool. Very authoritative, they want to lay down the law for their family and social circle. Not known for getting along well with others or for their diplomacy, they are nevertheless accepted for their outspoken attitude. David Beckham is an English former professional football player who played as a midfielder. He was known as an outstanding passer and free-kick taker. Most of his career he played for Manchester United, where he won 6 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups and 1 UEFA Champions League title. Later he also played for Real Madrid, Los Angeles Galaxy and Paris Saint-Germain. He is the first English player to win league titles in 4 different countries. Beckham is also the president and co-owner of the American football club Inter Miami CF, which began playing in 2020. Now let's take a look at Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham was born on the 17th of April in 1974 at around 10 o'clock before noon in Harlow, England. This makes Victoria an Aries born in the week of the Pioneer, and the 17th of April is called the Day of Serious Purpose. The Aries zodiac is active, childlike and direct. Those born in the week of the Pioneer are protective, generous, fearless, but also unyielding. Those born on the 17th of April exhibit an adventuresome spirit and strong leadership qualities. They take themselves seriously, expect to be listened to, and it's hard for them to accept being ignored. They defend established social nature to the fullest and bring down bullies that seek to abuse privilege or position. Victoria Beckham is an English singer and fashion designer. Victoria became famous in the 1990s as a member of the girl group Spice Girls. The Spice Girls sold over 100 million records worldwide, making it the best-selling female group of all time. After the group split up in 2001, Victoria began a short solo career without much success. In 2008, She started her own self-labeled fashion brand, which doesn't seem to be successful either. As of 2022, the fashion label was around £54 million in debt. Now let's take a look at David's and Victoria's compatibility for a long-term romantic relationship. Here you can see the synastry of David and Victoria Beckham, which we are going to analyze. So let's take a look at the most important inter-aspects. Like we used to, we are going to begin with the ascendant inter-aspects, which indicate immediate attraction between their personalities. Here you can see a Sun to ascendant sextile, which is a rather weak but harmonious and therefore beneficial aspect. You also have a Mars to ascendant trine, which is another beneficial but weak inter-aspect. Nevertheless, these two aspects indicate immediate attraction between David and Victoria. But on the other side, you have a stronger and disharmonious ascendant to moon square, which indicates conflicts between the ego of David and the emotional side of Victoria. If you look at the chart on the left, you can see that David ascendant, just like his sun, is located in Taurus, and that Victoria's moon is in Aquarius. These two therefore form a square inter-aspect. This Aquarius energy can make Victoria look emotionally cool to David. Victoria's moon Aquarius might also explain why she managed to oversee David's affairs. The objective side of Aquarius will tell her that as long as he loves me, supports me and stays with me, I don't really care about what he does somewhere else. So yes, attraction-wise, this is a mixed bag. Not too good and not too bad either. Next, let's take a look at their sun positions. Here you can see an empty cell, which means that there is no inter-aspect between their sun positions according to traditional astrology. But I highlighted this cell with red color because the Taurus 1 and Aries 3 zodiac period combination is a very bad combination according to Gary Goldschneider's zodiac period system that we are using. The central theme and problem of this combination is power. Both Aries 3 and Taurus 1 are very dominant personalities, but they express their dominance in very different ways. Aries 3 like to take the lead directly, while Taurus 1 are happy as long as someone else puts their ideas into practice. However, as both want to take the reins in a close relationship, a long-term relationship is very difficult or even impossible. Only a strict separation of duties and spheres of influence can provide a possible solution. But even in this case, major conflicts cannot be avoided. Next, let's move on to the inter-aspects of their personal planets. I can see two conflicting squares, two weak harmonious inter-aspects and one stronger harmonious inter-aspect in this synastry. Let's take a look at them one by one. First, we have a moon to sun square, which is disharmonious but not a seriously conflicting aspect. It indicates difference in temperament between power and domestic urges. The sun person, in this case Victoria, will sometimes seem inconsiderate to the moon person without intending to. This can usually be fixed if both of them desire and focus on harmony. Then we have a Mercury to moon square, which is another disharmonious but not so seriously antagonistic aspect. It can be offset by this Venus to moon trine over here, which we are going to look at next. So this square aspect indicates difficulties in understanding each other. The moon person, in this case Victoria, will sometimes misinterpret words and gestures of Mercury. Mercury, on the other hand, might be impatient if Moon doesn't immediately grasp his thoughts. Again, if cooperation is sincerely desired, this is not a too problematic aspect in a synastry. Next, like I mentioned, we have a Venus to Moon trine over here. This inter-aspect indicates harmony, sympathy, and consideration for each other. It encourages the calming and soothing of each other, and this is a very beneficial aspect in love and marriage. Next, we have a Sun to Venus sextile over here. This inter-aspect indicates generosity and unselfishness towards each other. This is a good aspect to have in marriages. It also shows matching social interests. And finally, we have a Mars to Venus conjunction. Here the desire of Mars, which is David, stimulates the love nature of Venus. This is a strong aspect showing attraction between the sexes. However, Mars might seem possessive and jealous. Venus has a soothing effect on Mars. This is another good aspect to have in love relationships and marriages. And finally, let's look at their lunar nodes, which stand for their purpose or life path. David's karmic path is the way of reform, which is about to be a catalyst for change by committing fully to a cause that changes other people's lives for the better. Victoria's karmic path is the way of amplification, which is about to choose a path in life and to live it out loud without giving in to feelings of unworthiness. When looking for life path support, we are looking for conjunctions and oppositions, of which there is one over here in form of a Venus to lunar node opposition. So it seems that David can somewhat give Victoria the feeling of supporting her on her karmic path. This doesn't seem to apply the other way around. Now that we looked at the synastry, it's time to get the rating of this relationship from our matching logic. I entered the birth data of David and Victoria into AstroMatcher, and here comes the result. We have an average attraction score of 51, emotional compatibility is average with 54, mental agreement is also average with 53, and durability is below average with 43 points, life path support is weak with just 15 points, children suitability is good with 70 points, and the overall match score is 49 from 100, which is an average score for a long-term romantic relationship. So in the end, I wouldn't recommend a long-term relationship for these two. But since they have now been married for around 25 years, they might have found a way to deal with their difficulties. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to get informed when we upload new couple matching videos, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also post comments down below to suggest couples whose relationships we should check out next. See you in the next video.